This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Trout Routes. Trout Routes is a premier fishing app that strives to empower trout anglers with information to help you go further and discover new waters, new places, and new faces. Check them out at troutroutes.com. Trout Routes is proud to be able to connect you to local resources and experts, such as fly shops, guides, local brands, and nonprofits. Be sure to check them out at troutroutes.com or the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to download the app today.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Well, folks, welcome back to the show. We're here in Gent, West Virginia at the Winter Place Ski Resort for the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge. This is the second day and final day of the challenge, and we've got Lucas Diamond or Guymond? Guymond. And we're going to be talking to him here in just a little bit. But this, day two was another day event. This thing was packed full of fitness, grit, archery, hunting aspects, 3D aspects. And I've seen some amazing, inspiring folks this weekend and talked to a bunch of people that's, this is just a great community of bow hunters and hunters in general. I've had a great time this weekend and already looking forward to next year. I know Jamie's going to be here, and he's going to have to be here to defend his title. So absolutely. Lucas is going to have to come back and do it again. So, Lucas, let's go ahead and get into it. Tell us a little bit about your experience here.
So the Appalachian Bowhunter Challenge was absolutely awesome for me. I had a little bit of adversity coming in here. I was a little sick the week before I got down here. Got down here on Thursday, still a little bit sick, Friday morning. And, got in here, had a ruck the first day, weighted ruck, 25 pounds, run the mountain. I think we ran about 3 miles. Did some shooting, and today we did the 3D course and the head-to-head, and I love it. I love it.
This was the head-to-head. So was this more the exciting part for you or everything else?
I love it all.
Okay. Yeah. So this was your first event like this, but you've done some triathlons and things like that, and you've do you shoot tack?
I have shot tack in the past.
Okay.
It's been a couple years. It got really popular. I would usually go to the PA one, and it was very hard to get a slot.
Yeah.
But I have shot the Goat Rodeo, which is similar to this, twice. Past 2 years, yeah. That I got I think I got second on the head-to-head twice, and I think the first year I got second overall, and then third overall the second year. So, but this is the first one I've done in West Virginia or traveled outside of my own state to go do.
Okay. So you've done trail races, right? You said that's what you've done.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've done a lot of trail races through EX2. I used to do some 5K, 10K, and half marathon trail races, usually single track with roots exposed and all that type of stuff. And I used that to lose a bunch of weight. I was really out of shape, and that's kind of how I got exposed to this. I went to a 3D shoot with my dad, and they were doing a demo of head-to-head there. And he was like, that looks like it's right up your alley. You love working out and running and shooting your bow. He's like, you need to go over there and try it. So I went over there and tried it, and then they talked me into shooting the event, and then now here we are.
That's awesome. So you kind of have an inspiring story to tell. Me and you were talking back there beside the fireplace earlier this morning, and you was telling me about some of the issues that you've had early on in life that kind of got you to the point to where you are now, with all your fitness and things like that and just different things. So can you care to tell us a little bit about that story?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was 20 years old in 2012, I got cancer. I got diagnosed with testicular cancer, and then once they did some scans, they found out that I had it was stage 4. So it had moved to my lungs and lymph nodes. I did chemotherapy for 12 weeks, and they were able to shrink the nodes down in my lungs. And they ended up doing 2 lung surgeries on me. They took a sixth of my left lung and a third of my left lung and a sixth of my right lung.
Wow.
And then they titanium staple it back together where they cut the pieces out wherever you had nodules is what they call them.
Yeah.
So after I got better from cancer, which I didn't think I was going to, they cured me, and I was a little stumped because I kind of went down a rabbit hole. I kind of gave up and was dabbling in drugs and alcohol, and eventually I kind of realized that the path I was going on wasn't really going to lead me anywhere good. I was getting overweight, so I got really sucked into bow hunting again. Part of it's probably from Cam Haynes, to be honest with you, because I was motivated to do some running because of that. So I started out walking with a pack on, and then it escalated to run as much as you can, then walk. And then it started being run the whole time. And then it escalated to run, farther. And then the trail races started happening. And then
nice.
Shortly after the trail races is when I started meeting the guys with the fitness archery competitions. And that took the cake for the trail race for me. I have a young daughter at home, so I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to multiple sports.
Yeah.
I'm a big bow hunter.
I got you.
So I had to choose. So the fitness archery took over. But I still train just like I would have.
So we were talking to Chad last night, and they do the goat archery thing. And it seems like that fitness is a main focus when it comes to recovery in different areas.
Oh, absolutely.
We were specifically talking about isolation last night, but like with you, we're talking about with your issues there, it helped bring you out of that and then back into archery again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I had stopped archery for a little while because of the cancer, and then on top of that, I did an apprenticeship program. I'm a pipe welder.
Okay.
So during the apprenticeship program, I still rifle hunted, did a little bit of duck hunting, and then eventually I'm like, I want to get back to bow hunting. I hadn't shot a deer with a bow since I was like, 18 probably. And when I was 24, I started bow hunting again. But the difference was when I was a kid, we had a lease, and we lost it. It became a wildlife refuge, and so I had to relearn how to hunt kind of on public land because that was all I had access to.
I got you.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a learning curve, but all this training helps with that,
Yeah, for sure. So there was a freak accident. You don't have to go into detail, but there was a freak accident that happened at work, and that's the only reason you found out you had this cancer.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, somebody knocked a hammer off a vise, and it hit me, and in my nuts. And it didn't really hurt too bad. It barely nicked him, as funny as that sounds. But, like 2 days later, I woke up and it was very, very swollen. So
kind of like a bag tag.
Yes. And so I go to the doctor, and they're like, we think it's a blood blister. So they go do a surgery after giving me I forget what they call them exactly, but it's supposed to reduce the swelling, and it didn't work. So they go in, they do the surgery, and during the surgery, the standard procedures to check you for cancer, and they were like, "Oh, it's no big deal. You'll be okay." And I wasn't. They ended up coming back and telling me I had cancer, and that's when I found out it was stage 4 and all that. So definitely a wild way to find out.
Man, that's crazy. Has this led you into any kind of a spiritual side of that? I mean, with God and things?
Absolutely. So I figured out, when I was younger, I used to ask God to help me.
Yeah.
And I kind of think I figured out that God will help you and you help other people.
Man, that's an awesome way to look at it.
So I just try to take my time. If I have an opportunity to help somebody, I will always take it because I feel like it's a test to see if you're really going to be, a good person or if you're just being selfish.
Yeah. Man, that's great. That's a very good way to look at that. So I enjoyed talking with you this morning there by the fireplace. That was awesome.
I enjoyed it too.
So, we were talking just the other night about the camaraderie of these events and, just getting everybody together. I mean, there's 50-some guys here, not including the volunteers and the workers and all that. So you have a bunch of outdoorsmen and just, outdoor-oriented people here that like to hunt, fish, hike, bike, do all those things outdoors. So tell me a little bit about that camaraderie aspect that you like.
Oh, it's the best. I do know some people that hunt and fish, but these guys are as hardcore as it gets. They are obsessed just like I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to reach out to somebody else that's as obsessed as you and run stuff by them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And bank on each other. And those guys that I met up at that goat rodeo, I would not be here competing in this today if it wasn't for those guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I did not have any kind of friends to push me to do that, and those guys took me under their wing and really pushed me to succeed.
And they start out being friends and then become family.
Yes. Yep.
Chris, that's an awesome way to look at it.
Chris is an absolute great guy. He had no reason at all to invest anything in me, and he just did because he cares.
Wow.
That's
crazy. So tell us one of your favorite moments from this year's event and one of the toughest.
Probably yesterday's ruck race up the hill. When I got up the steep face we were running up, I was doing pretty bad. I was about to toss my cookies because the sickness is still running through me a little bit, but that's okay. We pushed through that because that's the part that makes you confident in yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to go no matter what, and I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
And I love that part about it. I love when I push myself past where I think I can go, and even if I don't win or whatever, succeed,
yeah.
it's still a success because you didn't give up.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Man, I tell you, it was great talking with you and love hearing your stories. And, you were the champion here today in the head-to-head, so tell us about that last little bit of the event.
Oh, man, so the head-to-head, the closer it gets down to the last, 8, 4, 2 guys, oh, my goodness, anxiety through the roof. You're trying to take a shot, and it's a lot similar to when you draw back on a animal when you're hunting. Your adrenaline's pumping, you're shaking, and nothing replicates it better than that. And that's exactly how I felt. The closer and closer it got to the final, the more anxiety, the more your heart's in your throat, and the more you're really wanting to succeed and push yourself and not give up. And yeah.
So they added a little bit of weight today. You had a 50-pound bag.
Yeah. So for the final, they did they added a fifth target for us.
Yep.
Yeah, fifth target. Yeah, fifth target, and it was a joint target. And then they upped the sandbag weights. So instead of just 325s, we had to do 325s and a 50.
Yeah.
And then drag it back. And then that last shot, they did one clay pigeon, and you had to beat the other guy to hit the clay pigeon to get the points from it. And that was super cool.
With you shooting as well as you was, because, like you said a little bit ago, some of the guys figured out, early on that this was not a race. This was more about skill and archery.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's more about making a good shot. I mean, you don't get me wrong, you got to hustle.
You do.
It's more about making a good shot.
Yep. Because I seen some that won that were actually making better shots and not rushing as much than the guys that was trying to just get the the grit out of it.
Yeah, when I used to rush like that when I first started doing it, I would notice I'd get haywire. I'd get all over the place. And you're better to be calm and collected. Don't worry about the other guy. Don't look at his targets.
Yeah.
Don't look at his clays. Just play your game. You know what I mean? Yeah, play your game.
So on that joint target there at the end, if you busted the clay and there wasn't nothing left, you had to basically Robin Hood the arrow to be in it.
Well, yeah, and you're still really not in it because you're going to get a slight time addition for just hitting vitals because there's no clay left.
Yeah.
Now, if they left a piece of the clay, it could be the size of a quarter.
And you could hit it.
You could hit it and still get the points.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That was pretty cool. I was
Put
out
some
there.
tension in the air.
Yeah. So we were all out there. This is kind of like a version of deer camp. We were talking just briefly here today, and deer camps are few and far in between. Have you had the deer camp experience?
Absolutely. That's how I grew up. The hunt club we were in down there was a 2,000-acre lease with 44 guys in it. Most of them rifle hunted.
Yeah.
There was and muzzleloader hunted. There was a few guys that bow hunted, and you'd come down there. We'd set campers up. We'd stay for the week of muzzleloader. We'd stay for the week of rifle.
That's
Me
awesome.
and my old man would go down there and stay in the camper bow hunting, and I think that's a dying.
It is
a dying thing that it's a shame.
But the aspect of it was here this weekend.
100%.
The fire, the food, the camping,
the camaraderie,
the bow hunting, the archery, 3D. I mean, just everything about it, man. I loved it. So give me one point or something that you could tell somebody that's on the fence about doing an event like this.
Don't be scared. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's how you get further in life, is you push yourself outside of your comfort zone. If it feels like it's dangerous, you should do it. And I don't mean that in like dangerous like the law. I mean, if it scares you, do it.
Yeah. So you're telling me if I'm scared to get on planes, I probably should go to South Africa.
Well, I don't know about that.
16 hours over the water.
But if you're nervous and you feel like you're not going to be enough, don't let that stop you. Because the only way you're ever going to be enough is if you try.
Yep.
So.
Great points, brother. Great advice, and congratulations on your win. And it was snowing here a little bit ago.
Yeah, it was.
We actually seen snowflakes coming down.
We pretty much had everything except for rain.
So we're on May 2nd, and we still got snow here in West Virginia. All right, buddy. Well, Lucas, it was great talking with you, and again, congratulations, folks. Be sure to go over and check us out at Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Carbon TV, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also go and visit troutroutes.com and use promo code NATURE26 for a 3-month membership for free. Trout Routes is one of our great app partners where you can find new waters, new places, and new access points available on both Android and Apple stores. So you can also use that on OnX Hunt, OnX Maps, OnX Off-Road, any OnX platform that's out there, you can use that code on. So Nature26 gives you a free 3-month membership. If you don't have that, go get it.
Yeah, I need to check that out.
All righty. Well, we'll want to take a break here real quick, hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with another guest. Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Yep, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Do you want the true Western hunt experience? Book your hunt of a lifetime today with Highland Outfitters, LLC. Located in Highland, Wyoming, 50 miles west of Casper. Their location in central Wyoming gives you access to some of the best hunting areas in the state. Highland specializes in archery hunts for elk and antelope. Their operations include Wyoming, Texas, and Africa. Highland Outfitters employs some of the finest guides in the business. All guides are licensed by the Wyoming Board of Professional Outfitters and Guides. No matter what the species you decide to hunt, you can count on your guide giving you 110% of being the true professional guide from start to finish. Book your hunt today at 307-797-3311 or 307-797-3312. Visit them on the web at HighlandOutfitters.com. With Highland Outfitters, you will get the true Western adventure. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Will Jewelry and Loan. When you need cash and you need it fast, check out Will Jewelry and Loan. Come on in with your jewelry, firearms, electronics, tools, lawn equipment, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, and even four-wheelers. They will beat any competitor's loan amount, and that's a fact. Will Jewelry and Loan guarantees faster and more cash for your loan than any other company in the area. They have your cash you need fast. Check them out today on their Facebook page or give them a call at 304-768-5101. Stop in and talk with them at 5523 McCorkle Avenue Southwest, South Charleston, West Virginia. Will Jewelry and Loan, 304-768-5101. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay-over-time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Folks, welcome back. We are live here at the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge at Winter Place Ski Resort in Gent, West Virginia. So just real quick, we're on day 2. This is the final day of the event. They're getting ready to do some awards in there here in a little bit. And I just want to give a big shout-out to Jason Stewart and everyone who made this happen this weekend. All the volunteers, all the contestants, everybody that come out. You know, we were talking about the deer camp experience. There's a lot of people that don't get to experience that in life. And through events like this, you can experience that. And you have that camaraderie between these hunters and, you know, that fellow community. So just a quick recap for listeners: endurance, archery challenge, mountain terrain, strong community, and 3D archery, hunting, all those aspects were here this weekend. And like I said, today they had the head-to-head challenge and the 3D archery shoot. So we're going to speak with Hamid here in just a little bit, and be sure to go over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Carbon TV, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. You can use Podcast 10 at checkout at outdoor-pro-shop.com for 10% off of your order at checkout. So, without further ado, please welcome Hamid. How are you doing, Hamid?
I'm doing well, sir. Thanks. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. So, tell us a little bit about your event participation here today. You were all the way up into some of the last finals there, wasn't you?
Yeah, I almost made it.
Almost made it, yeah.
Yep. This is the first time I've been to one of these events.
Okay.
And I think I've been spoiled a little bit. What Stu and Jared and all the volunteers did
to
put this event on, I think has been amazing.
Oh,
I mean, amazing backdrop. you said it, amazing community.
Yes. Yep.
I think that this has been one of the most enjoyable archery events that I've been to.
Awesome.
And I'm super thankful that I was able to participate.
Yeah.
So my first time, and
A little
yesterday-
chilly here today, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's one way to say it. I think so.
We had some snow coming down there a little bit ago.
Yeah, we had some snow coming down, but that was after the
after, yeah.
competition wrapped, so that was good. Yeah, first time yesterday we had the 5K race,
Yes.
and with the arrow shots in the front and the back, and that was hard to say the least.
Mhm.
I thought I trained for this, and it turns out I did not train nearly as hard,
Okay.
but super educational because
Mhm.
I think having one under my belt now
Yeah.
that I know I just need to train harder. That hill that Stu threw in the middle of the 5K was egregious, some would say.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an equalizer for sure, and I loved it. It's the kind of pain that in the middle of it, this is what you signed up for, and it hurts bad. But when you're done, you're gonna feel so.
It's a good hurt.
Yeah, it's a good hurt.
Yeah.
It's a good hurt, and everyone else is there with you. Before the race started, I remember Stu was saying, "Hey, if you get to the bottom of the hill and then you have to climb up, and you can't do it, then stop."
Yeah.
And no one stopped. No one gave up, which was amazing.
Yeah.
We have people in all categories that came here to compete,
Oh, yeah.
and no one quit through the entire weekend.
All
we
age
had
ranges, too.
all age ranges,
Yeah.
shooting capability, everything, you name it.
Some guys that hadn't even shot 3D tournaments.
That's right. That's right. We had a few folks who had pursued through everything. It was amazing to watch,
Yeah.
and I'm so grateful that I got to see it.
Yeah, this is a really good event. I mean, it really opened you up to a lot of different things. And, just like you said, the camaraderie and stuff, being around people in the community, that's one of the things that we've been, trying to focus on and talk about is that camaraderie and deer camp aspect. We had the fire, we had the food and the drinks and all that good stuff that you have at deer camp. So did you experience a deer camp as a child or growing up?
No, so growing up, I didn't get into hunting until almost the end of high school.
Okay.
And I learned how to hunt with the rifle, shot whitetail, and that was amazing. I'm so blessed that world was open to me.
Yeah.
And then when I started work after college, one of my good buddies introduced me to bow hunting, to archery. And so he taught me how to shoot a bow. He gave me his bow to use, which
Wow.
was amazing. And I wish I still had that bow. But yeah, so I
That's one of the things that I've learned with guns or bows. The first one that you have of those, just keep them. Don't ever get rid of them.
If
Just
I
bu-
could
just
go
buy a
back,
new one.
if I could go back, yeah, I would. I wish
Yeah.
I had that bow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it becomes sentimental.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And there's memories in that bow, or that rifle
Mhm.
that your dad or your grandfather or your mom gives you.
Yeah.
It's very special.
Yep, sure is.
But yeah, so you asked about deer camps growing up, and I didn't have that growing up, but events like these, you
Yeah.
said it. I mean, it gives it to you.
Yeah, it sure
And
does.
the community here, the perspective that folks have, we were all competing against each other,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's here to win. No one came here to lose.
Yeah.
You could see that through the 5K, through the head-to-heads,
Mm-hmm.
the 3D. We're going to go see how all the scores played out, but everyone gave it 110%.
Yeah, sure did.
And also, everyone cheered for everyone.
Everyone else.
No one was happy to see anyone lose.
Yeah. No.
Everyone was cheering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, and it's such a great opportunity to meet people who have this sort of same values and cares and hobbies,
Mm-hmm.
and get to engage with them.
Yeah, sure. So you and Jason first met at TAC.
That's right.
You've done TAC events before.
That's right.
So tell us about your all's first meet.
Yeah, the first time we met was at the Pennsylvania TAC. I
Okay.
think it was about 5 years ago, and my buddy and I, who taught me how to bow hunt,
Uh-huh.
we convinced each other to go to TAC 5 years ago, and we were on the knock-on course and shooting, and then I see this group coming up behind us, and this one dude with a giant beard, better than mine, which aggravated me.
You got a good beard too.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. That's why I have a hat on, because there's nothing up there.
I had a good beard, and I got trimmed up at the barbershop for spring and summer, so
That's
I'm
right.
trying to let it grow back out. But
I feel you.
our local barbershop there at the house, they do a good job, and Cobb's
Yeah.
barbershop, so he's great at it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, this group of guys, it was Stu was there, Ryan, who was volunteering all weekend, was there, and a few others, and who've now become lifelong friends for me.
Mm-hmm.
I met him on the range, and we were giving each other a hard time the rest of the day, and then they invited me to shoot with them
Yeah.
the next day, and then we shot the whole weekend, and then that turned into winter backpacking trips where I realized these guys love to suffer.
Yeah.
They choose the coldest places in West Virginia that you can go, Dolly Sods or wherever else in January and February. They look for pain. They try to as hard as they can to find it, and they find it.
Yep.
And then they convince me that it'd be fun, and what do you know, it is fun.
Yeah.
And then it's grown ever since. I mean, we're planning hunts, these events. Stu has let me participate and help out a little bit, and I mean, it's
You know,
it's
that's
been amazing.
one thing that I've never got into is the backpacking part of outdoors. I've always hunted, I've always fished, but I've never done like hiking. You know, I mean, when the kids were young, we hiked on small trails and stuff like that, but I've never did anything for fitness like that. So I think I'm going to start looking into some of those packs and your Trek sticks and stuff like that everybody had. Some of these guys didn't even have the Trek sticks, and they wish they did.
And then there were some who didn't have them, and you realize, I don't think they needed them.
Yeah,
I mean, there were some guys out here
They were
cooking.
They were
cooking.
Yeah, they were goats.
That's right.
So with you doing the TAC events and then doing this for the first time, tell us some of the differences that you see in those TAC events compared to this. Obviously, there's no really big physical aspect to it, but tell us about the course and how the vibe from this event towards just a TAC event is.
Right. Yeah, I've loved both. I've gone to several TACs, and I think the energy at TAC is a bit different. It's a lot of fun, a lot of vendor representation, thousands of shooters, depending on which one you go to, and the energy there is really, hey, go out, go with your buddies, find new friends, have fun, enjoy the weekend, eat good food, good drinks, and it's a blast. And it's a really great way to get people who are not as familiar with the 3D aspect or shooting bows into the world.
Yep.
Very approachable.
For sure.
This is a little bit different. This is more about you have, huge population of people, and then some of those people choose to hunt, and some of those people choose to shoot bows, and then some of those people like to run up the side of a mountain in the winter, and those are the people that are here.
Yeah.
So I think what I have found is the scope has gotten smaller, and as the scope has gotten smaller, the people who I've met are more and more sort of within the perspective that I have, which I'm very appreciative of, and I get to spend time with people who are better than me, which I love. And I think this is about testing yourself and finding your weaknesses. I think you can find your shooting ability weaknesses at TAC. You're not going to find your physical weaknesses.
Yeah.
You're not going to find your mental weaknesses. And this sort of atmosphere, you'll find all of those, and you'll also find people who can help you fix those weaknesses, address those, tell you how to train, help you through that.
That's awesome. So I was talking to Jason there a little bit, and he said that you were kind of like the brainchild behind the artwork and and the branding. As we're talking, we can see our breath.
Yeah, that's right. It's getting chillier and chillier.
It's getting chillier. It's probably going to start snowing again here in a minute. And we're, obviously outside.
Yeah. Like I said, we like winter, right?
Yeah, we like it. We're just out here braving it.
That's right. Yeah, so I do a little bit of art on the side of different kinds, and I think Stu is being overly generous. With that.
Yeah.
He had
I think he's being pretty spot on. I mean, I loved all the stuff. I mean, you did a really good job with it.
Well, thank you.
You
very
brought
much.
it all together well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity. I never got to do anything like that. I never done digital art before. So he was very patient with me.
Yeah.
And he sort of let me run wild, and then sort of gave me the guidelines and guide rails where I needed them. But no, he came with the initial concept.
Yeah.
He came with the arrowhead, with the whitetail, Appalachian Bowhunter Challenge. Him and Jared cooked that up, and then he said, "All right, make it something." And we collaborated months and months and months, and we went back and forth. And
process for sure.
It was amazing.
You go through review, and you go through different things of how you want it, and it's just it's a process, a long process in building a brand.
Yeah,
and I think you and Jared and Jason have done a really good job at that. So
I agree. I think they've done amazing here, and all the volunteers as well have put in so much hard work.
Yeah,
I think the social media posts and the digital art and the posters, they're great. I mean, they help, but it's like 1% of the 99% of work that goes in the logistics, the legalities, the planning, the financials. I mean, it's been.
Well, I think the whole branding thing with the arrowhead, the deer, and the terrain, like the topo map in the background, that all gives you the feel of how this event is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of brings it all together.
That's right. The ridge line actually in the logo is the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a picture of the Blue Ridge and then Blue Ridge Mountains, and then we digitized it.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome.
Tried to keep the theme.
Yeah. So what is one thing that you would take away from this event, this being your first event like this, that you would tell somebody that's on the fence about doing it?
Get off the fence.
Get off of it.
Get off the fence.
Jump
this is
off
amazing.
Of it.
Whether you come here and you win or you don't, you are going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to find people that are amazing people. You're going to challenge yourself, but you're going to be happy about it. I think this is hands down the best archery event I've ever been at, like I said. And I mean, it doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, I personally have heard a lot of inspiring stories here this weekend, and have loved the community aspect and the camaraderie of just hanging out with you guys.
Me too.
So
I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Thank you
appreciate
very much.
you, and appreciate your time and making it to the semifinals. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On your first event. All right, guys. Well, we're going to have Jason on here in a little bit after he does the rest of his spiel in here. And be sure to check us out on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Carbon TV, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. And let me get into some of these here. I want to mention some of these just real quick. I want to do some shout-outs to the West Virginia Bowhunters Association, Mountain Tough Fitness, Wilderness Athlete, The Archer's Edge, Kudu Point Broadheads, made in the USA, Full Rut Outdoors, which I was told that supplied all the drinks for this weekend, Tekamush Taxidermy. I don't know if I said that right or not, but Warhead Archery Arrow Company, Real Deal Outdoors, Venom Productions, Viper Archery Products, Genexum, is that how you say that? Jinxum Sense, Boss Stabilizers, Shoot Like a Boss, Crazy Acres Farms, Full Draw Pursuit, the Warner Law Offices, and obviously we'd just like to thank everybody that came out and all the volunteers, and especially Jason for organizing this and getting all the logistics together for it. So I think he's created a great event, and I'm looking forward to it in the future.
Amen.
For sure. Yep. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit with Jason, our last guest, and that will conclude our live podcast here at the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge. So we'll be right back here in just a little bit.
Do you want durable 100% carbon fiber arrows? Warhead Arrow Company. Warhead Arrow Company is 100% carbon fiber constructed hunting arrows with bone-shattering penetration. Durable, tough, yet reliable when it comes to the moment of truth. Their target arrows are world-class in accuracy and precision, an arrow that target archers can depend on to reach the top of their game. Warhead Arrow Company. Check them out today at warheadarrowco.com. That's Warhead Arrow Company. warheadarrowco.com.
All right, folks, we're back here in Gent, West Virginia, where it's slightly snowing. It was snowing a little bit here earlier, and I think the temperatures are still dropping. But Jason actually is dealing with a migraine right now, so it's a good time for him to go take a little nap. So I think he's trying to recover from that before they get all these results back in. They're still working on some of the results from the head-to-head and the 3D Archery Challenge today. So once they get those results back in, I'm going to bring Jason in, and we're going to finally finish this episode up here and get his take on how everything went and how the event done. But for myself, I'm going to go in and stand in front of the fire in here and warm up. So we'll be back with you here in just a little bit once we get these scores tallied up. So we sure appreciate everybody listening. Make sure you go to Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Carbon TV, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on about 28 other different networks. So we sure appreciate everybody listening, watching, and sharing the lives while we've been here this weekend. We've got some great content, and we sure appreciate everything. So we'll be talking to you again here in just a second and conclude the episodes here in Gent, West Virginia at the Winter Place Ski Resort with the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge.
Hello, Hunt Chef Nation.
Turn any cooking experience into an extremely wild one with Hunt Chef's delicious dozen seasonings, jerky, snack sticks, and brine kits. All 12 seasonings are packed full of wild flavor, perfect on pork, beef, chicken, lamb, vegetables, soups, venison, elk, or any wild game. Order today at huntchef.com or call the Hunt Chef headquarters at 724-780-3377. Order today at huntchef.com or call 724-780-3377. And remember, eat what you kill. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay-over-time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Well, folks, we're back podcasting live here at the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge at Winter Place Ski Resort in Gent, West Virginia. So this is day 2, the final day, and the day is finally coming to an end. They've finally tallied all the scoring and all that stuff, and Jason has just announced everybody that won, and everybody that pretty much competed got a prize or some kind of a raffle.
Yeah, man, that was part of the goal, to send everybody home happy.
Yeah.
With prizes. And when you got $10,000 worth of stuff, you can spread it out pretty good.
Man, I tell you, you guys have organized and created a great show.
Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. It seems like it was well received. You know,
Yeah.
we had, I got to tell you, the thing I'm most proud of is that I had competitors that puked, and everybody was still smiling.
Yeah.
So there are multiple piles of puke out there on the course
Yeah.
right now. So if you're coming to Winter Place in the near future, just
Yeah,
draw out your
I'm
step.
used to not being here seeing grass. I'm used to
Yeah.
seeing snow.
Yeah, well,
so.
I'm sure all the puke will be gone by the time they're
Yeah.
ready for business. But,
Yeah, you'll be fine.
when somebody pukes and then gives you a thumbs up,
Yeah.
you've done your job as a race director. I
Oh,
think.
for sure, yeah. So this day was packed full of fitness, grit, archery, hunting, 3D aspects, camaraderie, deer camp, bringing the hunting community together. So tell us a little bit about that along with this event.
You touched on the core of what we're trying to do, man, that the deer camp experience that's kind of disappearing from our society right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us to bring people together and create brotherhood through a little bit of suffering.
Yeah.
There's a huge portion of the population these days for whom any bit of like voluntary discomfort is just unacceptable whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to create an event that's where there's some hardship and some discomfort, but you get a reward from it.
Mhm.
And anytime you suffer with somebody, you build a bond with that person.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what we've done. I honestly think that we've created, like, without exaggerating, I think we created some lifelong friendships.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And guys that didn't know each other 72 hours ago are buddies now.
Yeah, and this was their first event, some of these guys.
Yeah, man, some of these
that-
first-timers killed it.
Yeah.
You see old
They sure
Chase
did.
out there?
Yeah.
Dude, that was incredible.
It was pretty exciting watching the head-to-head. So today we had the head-to-head and the 3D archery shoot. So you had the endurance of archery and the challenge and the mountain terrain, and had that strong community like we're talking about now. But I mean, man, it was just like it was action packed today.
Yeah,
you added 50 more pounds onto it.
Yeah, heck with them, man. They think they're tough until they're dragging that 125 pounds around, don't they? They were gritting that, hence the puke, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, today was it was great. This was exactly what I wanted, and for that head portion that you're talking about being exciting, I was trying to describe that to people, and even when I was talking to you about it, you know, I was trying to describe it, but until you see it live, you don't really realize how exciting it is. And that was our struggle this year, man, is trying to describe this event to people. And, you know, you talk for 30 seconds, then you see their eyes glaze over. So, and we fought that this year, but thankfully there was 46 people, 45 dudes and one lady that, you know, trusted our vision and came out and participated. Man.
Yeah.
And hopefully some more women will come out next year because, you know, Elisa, she killed it. You know,
she did.
She competed with a smile, and hopefully she can, like, you know, show, you know, other ladies that, hey, women can, you know, definitely achieve this, especially Appalachian women. You know, Appalachian women are just as tough as they come.
They are. Yeah, that's for sure. So the big picture recap for today, what was it?
Oh, the big picture recap for me personally, I'm glad it's over. God, I have just been sweating and worrying, and
I know I took a break there at the end. I was like, Jason has a migraine, so the scores haven't been tallied yet.
Yeah, I was laying in the meat locker in there for
he's
about
he's
20
taking a
minutes.
little rest. I said, we'll come back once the scores are tallied, and we'll finish this thing up.
Have you ever had Goody's headache powder?
No, I haven't.
Well,
but
I think that's more of like even more farther south than here. That's the thing.
That's
my cousin Jared had a whole pack of them. He's like, here, this is 200 milligrams of caffeine. Put that in your Mountain Dew. So I might not sleep till Wednesday, but right now I feel awesome.
I've always heard good things about it and how it takes
really
care of a headache.
Man, yeah, I don't know what's in it, but I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow right now.
That's an oldie thing. You know, people always talked about the Goody's powder.
Goody's powder.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get them to
we just
sponsor
popped
us.
an ad out there for you. Gave you a little plug there.
Goody's powder and Boosh Latte.
Boosh Latte. So any challenges behind the scenes that shooters might not see that you seen?
I think that I did. Well, I and my team of volunteers, we did enough work and enough fretting and worrying early on that once we got started, it rolled right along.
Yeah,
it rolled right along. There was some like boring technical stuff you guys don't want to hear about that. You know, we conquered it as it came up, and I think the event proceeded without a hitch.
Yeah.
And one proof of that is that we finished about 2.5 hours ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
That, to me, just shows how efficient my volunteers were. You know, you saw, you know, the guys that were pulling arrows, the guys that were setting the targets, the guys that were timing. Those dudes, they didn't stop, man. It was like 8 solid hours of getting after it. And all I did was just keep giving them water and sandwiches.
And kudos to the competitors too, man, because they jumped in and helped right out.
Dude, I am absolutely just speechless about how this event looks right now.
Yeah.
I know the camera's looking at us, but if you were to turn that camera around, you're looking at Winter Place again.
Yeah.
All that stuff that me and Jared, and it took us 3 days to do all this.
Oh, yeah.
Our competitors, unprompted, jumped in and cleaned up the entire course. And I'm not, you know, we're not talking about 3 or 4 signs. We had targets spread over probably 15 acres, man.
And, you know, that's what you get when you build those relationships.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
exactly
you
right,
get those
man.
things that you don't even have to ask for.
Yeah.
It just happens because it's part of a community.
We are part of a community, man, definitely. We're, you know, I had some local bow shops told me that, you know, I was messing up by creating an event this hard and only inviting, like, you know, only having 50 people participate. Guys told me, well, heck, I could bring you 500 guys for a 3D shoot. I am not interested in that whatsoever. I mean, I love 3D shoots, but there's one every weekend somewhere, you know. And when you come to a 3D shoot, you're going to walk the course with your 2 buddies that came with you.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to hand in your scorecard, and you know, maybe you might win something, you might not. You're going to go home. I specifically randomized the 3D groupings. I had a bunch of dudes ask me, hey, can I change my 3D group to shoot with my buddy? No.
Yeah.
Go make new friends. That's what this is about.
That's
you know?
good, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, with a 3D shoot, you don't get dudes puking at the finish line, you know. This is what I wanted. I wanted something to create this brothership, this community, exactly the stuff that you just described 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hunting camp, community, brotherhood.
Yeah.
That's why we do
That's
this.
awesome.
That's why we do this, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the overall turnout atmosphere.
No, I don't mean. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but
you're fine.
Guys competitors are walking by right now carrying garbage. You know,
Yeah.
there goes Chase.
Yep.
He made it all the way to the finals.
Yep.
His first event ever. And look at him.
He's
carrying
trash
40
bag.
pounds of garbage. Here comes some more. Right there's our overall champion carrying garbage. There goes a volunteer carrying garbage. Look at his medal. He's biting his
Biting
medal.
on his medal.
Yeah.
I mean, he done great.
Yeah. And I love all these people, man. Everybody here.
So,
awesome.
overall turnout, atmosphere, and the feedback from the participants, what are you hearing?
It has been incredibly positive, and that's kind of odd for the end of an event like this because I've done these things for years and years, and at the end of it, I'm usually aggravated and beat and hurting and ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here has been. I'm not exaggerating when I say I've not heard a negative comment.
I haven't either. No, I have not.
And I've asked everybody that participated to give it a week.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. Please, if you've got suggestions to make it better, let me know.
Yeah.
But
Definitely want the feedback, positive or negative.
Yeah, it seems pretty
You
positive.
know, constructive criticism is great because
Mhm.
you can build from that.
That's what we want,
yeah. And you guys have got a very good foundation to build on for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think we've got some a lot of these guys are previous competitors, but we brought in some new blood, man. And I think the new guys enjoyed it more than anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So talk a little bit about event management, course design, goals, physical test, fun, safe.
Yeah.
How'd y'all go through that? I mean, we took a course
it was just
tour today with Jared,
Mhm.
and we kind of seen how the route was, and you all mapped all this stuff out, and, you know, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that went on.
Hours and hours, and we've been thinking about this for over a year. We've spent multiple trips down here.
Mhm.
None of this just happened. You know, Jared and I have been coming down here for a while. I live in Morgantown. You know, Jared lives local, but it's a 3.5, 4 hour, drive for me. You know, I made multiple trips down here last year, this year. I'm walking the property, and God bless Winter Place.
Yeah.
God bless Winter Place.
We were
man.
talking about them on our ride, man. He said that they've been great to work with. They advertised for you all well.
Yep.
You know, it seemed like the collaboration just fit.
And not only was it like that professional advertising and stuff, but just the personal touch that Zach and Josh brought to this.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys really don't really know me, but after talking to me, they kind of got a feeling for what our vision was, and they told us to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And we're going to one of the things that I emphasize with our competitors is that Winter Place is treating us so well.
Yeah.
Let's treat this place with respect. And if you turn around and look, honestly, it's cleaner now than when we got here.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to mention. You know, you told them all that in the beginning. Hey, Winter Place has been nice enough to let us use this property. Let's make it nicer than what it was when we came.
Exactly. And Zach said something to me along those lines. It's like, after hanging out with all your people, I'm good. I know you guys are going to do a good job. If we were having a concert up here, I would be kind of nervous and kind of worried. But Josh and Zach have been I just can't say enough good things about those guys. Hopefully they'll have us back.
Yeah. So what about the brand? How do you feel that the brand's going to grow with the help from Hamid's artwork and, the word of mouth and et cetera, the stuff that's been done here, all the content creation that went on this weekend? It's a pretty good start to the brand building.
That is the first time anyone has ever said the brand.
The brand.
Referring to this. And I don't know how I feel about that. That implies like a future and a vision. And man, I need a break.
And I know, after this first one, but the way that I see your mind rolling is a little bit after this, you're going to be starting on it for next year.
Well, yeah, I already got some ideas. The facility here is so incredible and so versatile. What we did this weekend, if I had to rate it on a difficulty scale, this was a 3.5.
Yeah.
We brought a bunch of people in. We showed them a little taste of it. Oh, it can be so much worse. We can make it so hard.
We were talking on our tour on some of the ideas.
Yeah. So like the event that I just did a week or two back, it was out in Wisconsin, the Beast Mode Indoor. Shout out to Beast Mode. Yeah. I didn't really invent any of this stuff, but I have taken the positives from all the different events that I've done. Beast Mode, Alpha Bow Hunting, Keystone Elk Country events. I just did Beast Mode. I did 20 miles in 8 hours, carrying 35 pounds with 6,000 feet elevation. Wow. These guys did 2 miles with 1,000 feet of elevation.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It can be so much worse.
It can
be so much worse. So
and that hill was
that hill was legit, man.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, and so one of the prizes we gave away was for somebody to come up with the best name for the hill.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear the name?
No, I did not.
Mount Stewicide.
Mount Stewicide.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Mount Stewicide will probably be a fixture in our course, and we may climb it multiple times in the future.
I
Instead of
think it
just
definitely needs to be a part of the climb for sure.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. It's just you got to figure out what the appetite is for misery.
Yeah.
There's a certain group of individuals that the harder the better.
The harder the
but
better.
that's like 2% of the people.
There
so.
were some of them here.
Oh, yeah, we had some stud athletes, man.
Yeah,
Andre
sure did.
Palmatier, did you see him?
Mm-hmm.
That dude ran up. Well, nobody ran up the whole thing. Superman can't ran up the whole thing.
Yeah.
But Andre came around. So, yeah, he had a great time, running up the hill. He ran down the slick part. Can I use profanity on your podcast?
You
Would
can
rather
do
I
whatever
did?
you want.
Okay. So Andre comes around the finish line, and I'm standing there, hugging everybody as they're coming across. And I'm like, great job, man. How do you feel? He's like, I don't feel too fucking good right now. I thought he's like an ex-state trooper. I thought he was like mad at me.
Yeah.
And then he shook it off and gave me a big hug. So
That's funny.
That was good.
I think he was one. Was he one of the first ones to come back?
Yeah. Well, he started in the first wave.
Okay.
So he had like a 5-minute head start, but
So he was the first one to come back.
he was the first one to cross. the
Okay,
finish
I
line.
talked to him when he come back. Yeah, he was
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about his son. He
Was
wished his son was here.
Was he cussing me still? Or was he
Yeah,
over
he
it?
was cussing.
Oh, yeah, he was so mad.
Yeah, we were like, "How was it?" And he was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "That hill right there."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, did I tell you what the Carolina boys said when they showed up?
Uh-uh.
So the Carolina boys, I think they were kind of nervous, because they're coming from Eastern North Carolina, and God bless those guys for coming up here.
Yeah.
And that was super courageous. In fact,
Oh, we had North Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland,
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, but so one of the Tim from North Carolina, I think he pulled a muscle or something, but by God, he finished. You see him hobbling out there to
I
finish it?
did see him hobbling.
Well, anyway, them two showed up. They were the first ones here. They got an early start.
Mm-hmm.
I drive over there real quick, like, oh, hey, my first competitors are here. And I walk up and say, hey, boys, how's it going? They didn't say anything. And I said, you guys doing all right? They didn't say anything.
Didn't say that.
They're looking out the windshield at the top of Mount Stewicide. And they looked at each other, and they looked at me. It was like, that's not really the mountain we're climbing, is it? Oh, yeah, boys, that's it. And they just turned white and rolled their window back up. They thought they were in the wrong place.
Wrong place.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. But they survived it. They survived it. And he told me, he's like, man, we ain't got no way to train for something like this. How do you train for it?
Mm-hmm.
Move to West Virginia.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Come up here on the weekends.
Or go to Western North Carolina.
Yeah. Wild and wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
That's right. West by God, Virginia.
West by God, Virginia. So how can people support and get involved? Like for, volunteers, you had a great support staff of volunteers here.
That we did.
But to scale this thing, you obviously need more help.
Yeah, more help would definitely make it go faster and bigger. Yeah.
Sponsoring and participating and stuff like that too.
Man, sponsorship was so hard to come by this year, man. We just kind of scraped by with what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody wants to help us, we definitely love it. And we are a 501c3, so any contribution we get is tax deductible. And we have a mission statement. Our mission is to get people outside and have people pay a little more attention to their fitness.
Yep.
One of the things that is really important to Jared and I is that, like I said, we both have lost family members recently to had the illness been diagnosed earlier, maybe the outcome would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once you get something on the calendar and you start training for it, you kind of pay attention. You take care of yourself a little better, and that's what we want to encourage.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what would you give to somebody that's on the fence about coming and doing a tournament like this or a competition?
Talk to somebody that just did it today. Talk to one of the competitors. Hit me up. I'm counting on word of mouth to help this thing spread, and I think we showed people a good enough time that's going to happen. Yeah,
I think so for sure. Well, Jason, like I said, you guys orchestrated this thing, pulled it off, and we are now to the end of it. So, congratulations, brother, on your first one.
Thank you, man.
And I'm looking forward to next year just as much as you are.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it yet. Give me a little while to get over this one.
So we want to give a quick shout-out real quick to Jason Stewart and all the volunteers. Thank them for all their help. West Virginia Bowhunters Association, Mountain Tough Fitness, Wilderness Athlete, the Archer's Edge, Kudu Point Broadheads, made in the USA, Full Rut Outdoors, which I was told supplied all the drinks
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you,
to-
Dwayne. Hey, Dwayne had some tornado damage at the house,
Oh,
so
okay.
hopefully he's okay and
Yeah.
everything's going all right there. But yeah, thank you, Full Rut. See
Okay.
you next year.
Yep, Techimush Taxidermy, Warhead Aero Company, Real Deal Outdoors, Venom Productions, Viper Archery Products, Jinxum Scents, Ball Stabilizers, Crazy Acres Farms, Full Draw Pursuits, Warner Law Offices, and obviously everybody that came out. We had some spectators that come out and watched.
We did, yeah. I'll need more cowbells next year, man.
Yeah,
All the
man,
cowbells
that
got
was
taken.
nice.
Yeah.
So we were staying at the Sky Lounge. We was talking to some people last night there at the restaurant and the pub, and they were like, "You got to be kidding me! Something like that? There's an event going on like that?"
And man, I feel like a failure when people are saying that because we tried so hard to get the word out.
No, I think it was good. It's just these people aren't normally in that aspect of things.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
the hunting, the fitness, and all that stuff.
Right, right.
So they come up and checked it out for a little bit.
Yeah, and
So,
that was cool
it
to
was
see
cool.
them. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they liked what they saw.
Yeah. So, guys, get involved in your local archery clubs, West Virginia Bowhunters Association, organizations like Goat Rodeo Archery. They're out of Pennsylvania. And, I just want to thank everybody for what they've done. So, it's, it's all about the community, the health, and keeping bow hunting tradition alive in Appalachia.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Well
So,
said.
Yep. All righty, Jason. Well, we sure appreciate you. And this concludes our segments here at Winter Place Ski Resort in Gent, West Virginia, and the Appalachian Bowhunters Challenge. So, first annual. Can't wait till next year.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be sure you check us out on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube, Carbon TV, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're there. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Appalachian Scents, an outdoor and sporting goods company based in Dilliner, Pennsylvania. All of their scents developed and hand bottled with strict attention being paid to every detail. Contact them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. 100% lethal or your money back guaranteed. Get a hold of them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Carts Towing and Timco Auto Transport. Local and long-distance towing, auto recovery, roadside assistance, auto lockouts, and jump starts. And they also do repossessions. Give them a call today at 304-949-2323 or 304-925-0858. Again, that's Carts Towing and Timco Auto Transport, 304-949-2323, 304-925-0858. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Stick Tamer Bow Silencers. Are you a traditional archery hunter or shooter? Stick Tamer was specifically designed for the recurve shooter. Made of a hybrid foam rubber material, Stick Tamer is designed to deaden string slap and limb vibration. Stick Tamer reduces limb and string noise, water resistant, and lasts shot after shot. Made in the USA from a hybrid foam rubber for durability. To purchase Stick Tamer and for more information, visit 3riversarchery.com and blackwidowbows.com. Stick Tamer bow silencers are available exclusively at 3riversarchery.com and blackwidowbows.com.